Hello everyone, you're welcome to Module 3, Unit 3. The topic for today is on types of lenses used by the Director of Photography, that is the DP or DOP. This aspect of the lesson is to provide you with further clarity on filters used by the Director of Photography. It is hoped that at the end of this lesson, you would comprehend the type of filters that are used by the Director of Photography, and also you know the basic type of filters. My name is Ruth Yemuteli Yemufio. I'm a filmmaker and a lecturer. To begin with, what is a filter, or what are filters in cinematography? Can we answer this? In cinematography, filters allow us to sieve light. They also allow light to pass through them. However, when it comes to filters, they play a unique role when it comes to filmmaking. They can be used reasonably and creatively to achieve or obtain a great photograph. It is important to note that filters are created in different levels or in different densities. So the higher the density, the less light that can pass through, and then the lower the density, the more light that can travel through the filter. Therefore, as cinematographers, we should be mindful of this. There are different kinds of filters. So there are the filters that are in cameras. There are also filters that can be found on the lenses, and then there are filters that can be fixed on the light. When it comes to filters that can be found in cameras, they can be classified under two types. So we have, and they are also known as inbuilt filters. So we have the neutral density filter and then the color temperature filter. This is an inbuilt filter. When it comes to the neutral density filter in the camera, it helps to reduce the intensity of light. That is, the quantity of light is reduced and not the quality of light. The inbuilt filters are fixed in the camera by the manufacturer, and they can be found boldly written on the camera or on the LCD. Now, when it comes to the color temperature filters, on the other hand, they affect the quality of the light and not the quality. That is in the sense that they are there to correct the color of light. So in a particular lighting condition of a scene, the color of light that dominates the scene must be balanced with the right or the precise color temperature so that the camera can see things as our normal human eyes would see. That is because the camera cannot adapt to light as the human eye will. So when it comes to the color temperature filters, they tend to correct the color of light. That is, they end up affecting the quality of the light and not the quantity of light. Always, these filters are of two kinds. So there's the color temperature orange and the color temperature blue. So this is how the inbuilt color temperature filter looks: orange color and blue color. The next type of filters we are going to talk about is the lens filters. Now, lens filters are fixed in front of the camera's lens. So the next type of filters we are going to talk about is the lens filters. Now, lens filters are usually fixed in front of the camera's lens. So we have clear filters, color filters, and neutral density filters. When it comes to the clear filters, they are transparent filters. So they are fixed in front of the lens in order to avoid our fingers from touching the lens. Now, when it comes to the color filters, They come in several colors. So it can be red, it can be yellow, it can be green, it can be blue, it can be any other color. They are usually used to give you a color effect in the shot. Now when it comes to the neutral density filters, now mind you, these are neutral density filters that are fixed in front of the lens. They are designed purposely for the camera's lens in order to reduce the quality of the light that travels through the lens. The last type of filters we are going to talk about are light filters. They are usually placed in front of the light to reduce the intensity or the quantity and also create an effect. So we have diffusers, color gels, and color convention filters. Diffusers are filters that are used or that are made to reduce the intensity of light. When it comes to color gels are fixed on the light in order to create or in order to change the color of the light for an effect. When it comes to the color convention filters, they are fixed in front of the light to convert the light that is from daylight to tungsten or from tungsten light to daylight. So when we talk about tungsten light, it's basically light that gives off an amber feel or an amber color or an orangish color. When it comes to converting, that is from daylight to tungsten, you usually place an amber gel or a color temperature orange gel in front of the light to convert it from daylight to tungsten. Whilst if you have to convert your light from tungsten to daylight, then you would place a blue gel or a color temperature blue gel to convert it from tungsten to daylight. Now this is done because should in case you find yourself in a situation where you have two lights, that is two artificial lights, where one is giving off a daylight or a bluish color and then the other one is giving off a tungsten color. What we do in cinematography is that you have to either make sure that your both lights are going to be in tungsten or both lights are going to be in daylight. If you use the two colors for that particular scene, that means you are going to have a mixed lighting situation, which we do not want. So what we do is, first of all, you choose which color you want. So if we want daylight, that means in front of the tungsten light, you place a color temperature blue gel to convert that tungsten light into daylight so that you have both lights giving off a daylight feel. Or you place a color temperature orange gel in front of your daylight so that it would give off a tungsten feel. So this is what we do in order to avoid a mixed lighting situation. And in doing this, you need a color conversion filter. It's important for camera operators or cinematographers to understand the meaning of filters and how they are used reasonably. I hope we've learned something from today's lesson, and I hope that when we come across the different type of filters, we'll be able to apply them properly. Until we meet again in our next lesson, it's goodbye for now.